Hey guys, John here. Welcome to Proofreading University. This is a short one today. Just had something that happened to me that made me think about an issue that we face as proofreaders that I wanted to talk about. So one of the things I do just for fun in my free time is I volunteer to speak occasionally at a certain group, at a certain organization. And I've done this for years, and they always pay me an honorarium. So an honorarium is just kind of a nice little gesture, a couple $100 for thanks for your time. Thanks for taking, the time to plan and to speak. And so for the past 4 or 5 years, every time I've spoken at this organization, they've given me an honorarium. I've never asked for it. They just gave it to me. But this last time when I spoke, I never got one. And it's not a ton of money, so it's not like I really care about that. But I just was confused, like why, like literally every other time they gave me an honorarium, and then this last time they didn't. Why is that? Did they change their policy and not tell me? Did it get lost in the mail? Like, did someone just forget? What happened? So that wasn't a great situation for me to be in, because I had to go follow up with this organization and just ask what had happened. And it made me feel kind of bad that I had to make it about money, because it wasn't my intent. I don't do that for the money. I do it because it's important and it's a part of my values. But, I had to have a conversation. It turns out it was just missed. If someone just forgot to do it. So the tie into proofreading is really more on the business side. So when you run a proofreading business or an editing business, you don't want to forget to do something like bill a client. And you're thinking, John, okay, well, that's stupid. Who's ever going to forget to bill a client? Well, let me tell you, when you start your own business and you've got a million things to do and you're responsible for all of it, it can be really easy to forget even big things. So you could even forget something like sending an invoice. So the way around that, how do you avoid that? So I've never forgotten to send an invoice. How do I do that? It's not because I'm smart. It's not because I remember everything. I don't. It's because I use checklists. So I have a Trello board. That's how I choose to manage my workflow. And I have cards for every task or job that I do. And that card has a written out process for what I need to do for that job. And so it's, as granular as receive the document from the client, proofread the document, resubmit to client, incorporate feedback. And then I always include send invoice as a checklist item. And sometimes I even include invoice paid, just so I'm like doubly sure that yes, they received it and they paid it. So that's my advice for you today is don't force your client to have weird, awkward conversations with you when you can fix the problem with a process. So think about every task, every job, every project you do. I would highly encourage you to think about what are the steps involved that I need to take to make sure this from top to bottom gets done and billed and closed out, and write those steps down on a checklist that you can reference whenever you need to, so that you don't end up doing things like forgetting to send an invoice, forgetting to incorporate feedback, totally missing a due date because you had 10 other things on your mind. Good checklists, a good process in Trello, for example, will help you solve 99% of those problems without costing you even 10 more brain cells worth of work. So I highly encourage that. Use a checklist. It helps you not to forget obvious things that we tend to forget when we're wearing all of the hats. So anyway, that's my story. Hope that helps you out. If you like the video, like, comment, all that stuff, and we'll see you the next time.